I feel so thankful to hear that, especially as a man.
The cycle of the old style parenting have to break somewhere.
Yep.
And I decide it has to break with me. Ya, explain bahwa human itu have emotions. And we need to train how to regulate emotion. Jangan sampai emotion dictates your action.
Hi, welcome to Conversations with JC, where deep questions lead to real answers. So, Ardian, kan sering ya udah sharing tentang entrepreneurship dan juga tentang bisnis, even tentang sports gitu. Tapi today I want to talk to you about something more personal, which is something on relationship and marriage.
Okay, that's I'm glad to share here.
What's one thing about love and relationship that you hope your kids learn from you, but from how you live? Not from what you say, but from how you live. What's one thing that you hope your kids learn from you about love?
Jadi, for me, kids itu kan imitate the parents ya. And they learn about love itu dari awal mereka kecil. So if they see the parents itu rukun, rumah tangganya aman, they will not seek love outside the house. Jadi what I'm trying to do with my wife adalah to show that love itself in the family itu harus ada ya. Jadi I need to show the love also to my wife dulu sehingga anak akan feel loved with the environment.
Iya, itu bener banget sih kok ya. Maksudnya ketika seseorang sudah mendapatkan cukup ya cintanya di dalam keluarga, mereka jadi grow up to be confident people.
Yes, confident and feel fulfilled ya. Jadi mereka itu tidak lagi mencari jati diri di luar sana. Kadang kan kalau anak beranjak besar seperti my child gitu ya, mereka sudah mulai mencoba mencari jati diri gitu. Mereka wanna be seen as cool kids, mereka wanna be heard gitu ya. Tapi what I'm doing with my kids adalah showing bahwa there is an unconditional love loh. Jadi mereka itu bisa feel tenang ya, feel fulfilled lah. Itu words of wisdom banget ya, bahwa that unconditional love. Karena menurut aku banyak banget sih, of course semua orang tua sayang sama anak ya, dan maksudnya mereka ingin memberikan unconditional love, tapi kayak tanpa sadar their love itu expressed conditionally. Okay, yes,
right?
Yes.
And so speaking of which gitu ya, Ardian, kita semua itu kan pasti ada childhood trauma. Nggak ada childhood yang kayak 100% perfect gitu. What is one childhood wound that you hope to heal or you have healed so that you don't pass it on to your kids?
That's a very point on questions. Yeah. Yes, I do have a childhood trauma. Jadi dulu itu I had at one time not a great relationship with my dad. Jadi dia itu orangnya keras, ringan tangan, typical the old Chinese parents. So actually itu lebih harden my heart, which kapan kira-kira di healnya mungkin not long ago ya, maybe about 6 years ago. Only kita bisa overcome the trauma itu dengan cara confronting it, and kita harus bisa memaafkan. Ya. Jadi I do actually have to say to my parent, minta maaf gitu loh. Bukan minta maaf karena yang dia lakuin, mestinya kan dia yang minta maaf dong ya. Tapi I minta maaf karena I have hardened my heart, sehingga I cannot view him like a good dad gitu loh. Tapi I minta maaf, I have hardened my heart. Sekarang udah lebih clear gitu. Jadi I think cara nge-heal childhood trauma memang some people itu harus dig deeper into the heart. And kebetulan waktu itu sih difasilitasi ya. Jadi bukannya benar-benar out of nowhere bisa realize that I have a childhood trauma, tapi it has to be in the right condition. Waktu itu ikut ikut program yang namanya Pria Sejati Katolik.
Mm.
So I join the retreat, di situ dibuka the episodes
Yeah.
of my life, and diberanikan diri juga untuk sharing, karena it's really hard untuk kita, if not in condition, to share tentang traumanya kita, tentang the shame that we have,
Yeah.
tentang the past guilt. Tapi begitu kita udah lakukan itu semua, kita tuh bisa move on loh. And itu terbukti sekarang I have moved on my past, and those udah nggak burden me anymore.
Yeah. Wow. And what do you think would have happened kalau misalnya Koko tidak heal trauma tersebut? What would have happened to your kids?
Okay, the cyclus will continue. Jadi, for me, I need to break the cycle. I cannot hope my parent to break the cycle. The cycle of the old style parenting have to break somewhere.
Yep.
And I decide it has to break with me. Jadi, kalau if I don't heal my trauma, tentunya my attitudes and my upbringing towards my children maybe would mimic how my parents teach me in the past. Tapi sekarang nggak begitu. I mean, kita sebagai manusia yang lebih have more education,
Yeah.
exposed to more wisdom
Yeah.
with all the contents out there, if you can choose. Then dari situ ya I learn a lot. From
Iya.
there, I practice, because if you just listen without practice, it's not learning. You will forget. But if you
Betul.
keep practicing, preach what you practice, ya bakal you can improve yourself.
Yap. Since we're speaking about relationships ya Koko, dan tadi Koko bilang sebelumnya Koko merasa your heart was hardened because of some stuff from childhood. So, I wanna hear from you, like, apa sih konsekuensinya mempunyai hati yang hardened gitu?
Oke. Misalnya nih, kalau di young adults, misalnya kita belum punya significant others, belum punya spouse. Kalau kita harden our heart, biasanya you cannot feel vulnerable. Meanwhile, to building love connection, you need to be able to feel vulnerable. You need to feel exposed. Then you can have a genuine connection. Otherwise, the connection that you make may be only physical,
Iya.
or maybe only material basis. Tapi how to have a genuine connection? Kita tuh harus bisa feel vulnerable. Of course, at the right time, with the right person ya.
Betul.
The person you're trying to build connection. Kalau you harden your heart so much, it's very hard for you to feel vulnerable. Yang ada malah nanti emotion tidak tertampung, dan at one point it can explode.
Yap.
Terus kalau untuk udah married nih, apa sih pentingnya build genuine connection?
Yap.
Karena human itu ujung-ujungnya bisa feel lonely, ya kan? Kita sekarang masih sibukin kerjaan,
Iya.
disibukin sama anak-anak yang masih kecil, and also gadget take so much of our attention. Sebenarnya apa sih? Kita tuh sebagai human bisa aja feel lonely,
Pasti.
dan that loneliness itu bahaya. If you cannot build it with your closest, your family, your wife, your husband, there's a chance that you can build connection out there with someone yang is not lawful gitu.
Yap.
And ya aku sih selalu remind me myself harus bisa feel vulnerable with my wife, because that the only genuine connection I am intent to build for the longest time gitu.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I feel so I feel so thankful to hear that, especially as a man, because kayak sekarang kan di patriarchal society, it seems like it's taboo to be vulnerable as a man, gitu. And from what you shared tadi, I mean, you have like a quite high level of self-awareness juga, ya Ko ya. Do you ever feel guilty as a father?
Supposedly, we as a parent, we should not hit your child. Ngajarin boleh, tapi nggak boleh mukul karena emotion. because they will pick up and they will remember those emotional moments. How I know that? I remember what my dad did to me. Although I udah maafin, tapi
masih ingat
ya nggak bisa lupa gitu. Yang kita ingat itu bukan kenapa kita dipukul. Yang kita teringat adalah pas dipukulnya.
Iya.
Pas dimandiin air dingin, pas dikerem gitu kan. Itu keinget sampai sekarang.
Iya,
Jadi I did that to my kid juga. Although not as extreme as that. Yeah, that's a guilt. And I explain ketika dia udah older, can hear this kind of explanation. Ya explain bahwa human itu have emotions. And we need to always be to train how to regulate emotion. Jangan sampai emotion dictates your action.
Iya.
Ada perkataan terkenal tuh dari kalau nggak salah Viktor Frankl ya. Jadi within stimuli sampai dengan your action, there's a gap gitu loh.
Iya.
Kalau you bisa pause and bisa think clearly of your action, disitulah you become a person gitu.
Iya, bener banget sih kayak itu cara kita meregulasi emosi adalah pausing ya.
Ya, jadi ini ya kenapa I cerita begini karena the more I learn, the more I'm willing to share from my experience. Jadi maybe ya for listener out there gitu kan, maybe have a child in a similar situation to me gitu loh. I love to share gitu.
Yap. Do you see parts of yourself in your kid? The good, apa yang the good that you see parts of you in like your kids, and also the bad that you wish they did not inherit.
The good one, my kids itu dua-duanya curious.
Iya, kelihatan banget sih kok.
Jadi benar-benar tuh ketika kita tell the kids to do something atau about something, their response itu nggak naturally, oh yes daddy, enggak. They ask me why.
Critical ya?
Critical. Karena I did that also last time. Tapi sayangnya dulu my parents udah lakuin aja, itu the best for you without proper reason.
Yep.
And disitulah I did it differently. I literally explain. Even though memang mungkin belum masuk konteksnya, I try to explain with a simpler language.
Iya. Nah itu yang the good kan kok. Ada nggak sih hal-hal yang kayak you wish they did not inherit, tapi you still see it in your kids?
Oke. Jadi orang tuh harus mau berusaha, jangan mau gampangnya aja. What my parents did, my mom love to service me, to provide me, with the hope that ya mungkin memudahkan jalannya si anak. Tapi itu juga jadi kebawa nih ke my children. Mereka juga jadi menuntut apa yang dimudahkan, which is artinya mereka jadi nggak mau berusaha. Mereka jadi generasi lembek gitu kayak tahu gitu. Which I don't like them to be inherited of that traits gitu. I want to train them with the knowledge and also gimana sih biar bisa berusaha. Jangan apa-apa kan ada daddy gitu. Jangan mengandalkan orang tua. Because kita juga nggak tahu ya kita di sini sampai umur berapa gitu.
Iya.
Ya makanya ya ada channel Papa Guru karena I wanna inherit the wisdom for them. Bisa aja kita kan kerja kita inherit uang buat anak. Tapi ketika kita nggak ada, uang doesn't speak anything. Gimana sih? How do you teach wisdom? Of course with everyday interaction, tapi also I make this kind of content. Maybe someday later they will listen. Dan itu mungkin akan lebih berasa ya, menjadi pelajaran yang lebih berharga for me to leave the legacy for Jacob and Jefferson.
Oh, that is so sweet. Sweet banget sih kok. Dan tadi Koko ada ngomong bahwa something that you wish they did not inherit tuh mereka harus berusaha lah untuk sesuatu. Ada nggak sih kalanya Koko emang merasa Koko terlalu memanjakan Jeff sama Jacob gitu?
Pasti ada ya momen-momen terasa memanjakan.
Mm-mm.
Kadang kita sebagai parents juga salah kita sendiri, kita weak dengan masalah gadget deh. It's every parent's problem.
Iya.
We all know before having kids, anak gua nggak mau dikasih iPad. Ideal, pokoknya dikasih iPad cuma dari jam sekian sampai sekian.
Realitanya,
Is very difficult. Kenapa? Karena kita juga gampang ke distract. Jujur deh.
oh iya bener.
Lagi makan, siapa sih yang bisa taruh handphone di samping dan makan? Yang ada kan kita juga makan mungkin pegang handphone juga kan, sambil lihat sambil browse-browse. Jadi kita sebagai parent tuh sebenarnya mesti reflect juga ke diri sendiri. Kita tuh udah ngelakuin apa? Jangan menuntut-nuntut aja gitu.
Yap.
Jadi ya itu apa? That's what happened.
Iya. Koko kan obviously like you're an amazing dad because like you're an amazing mentor juga. I learned so much from you. But what have your kids taught you about love?
My kids, there's a saying, bukan a saying ya. My kids once say to me ya, Jacob, kita tanya kan cita-cita mau jadi apa gitu kan. Mungkin aja punya home kan. I like to discover ini anak tuh sebenarnya bakatnya apa sih gitu kan. Ditanya-tanya akhirnya dia jawab mau jadi daddy gitu.
Mau jadi daddy, lucu banget.
Iya, aku sampai bingung juga gak bisa jawab kenapa. What do you like about daddy gitu loh.
Terus?
Karena daddy bisa ajak aku main gitu kan. Bisa ajak tidurin aku gitu ya. Jadi dia tuh beneran I'm really close with Jacob. Sama Jefferson juga, tapi mungkin Jefferson kan masih lebih kecil ya.
Iya.
What I feel about love itu mereka really genuine ya. Mereka tuh nggak ada syarat atau bagaimana gitu. Ya tentunya anak mestinya sih by default will love the parents ya.
Iya.
Tapi who teach them love? It has to be the parent first. They will imitate what you do.
Yap.
Why I know Jacob misalnya love me? Because he imitates me. Daddy, suka lari? Iya. Jacob mau dong ikut lari. Jadinya ada ikut lari deh.
Iya.
He will wanna try what I tried gitu. Misalnya I sometimes smoke cigar gitu
Iya.
kan. It's not a good habit. Tapi dia nanya gitu, mau coba gitu kan.
Terus gimana tuh?
But I explain. Ini tuh is addictive substance gitu, ada nikotinnya. Your body masih kecil, mungkin may not be able to cope the dose gitu loh.
That's a really good way to put it ya.
Tapi kalau mau cium boleh aja nih, cium-cium aja gitu. Nggak mau gitu. Ya udah, it's not a good thing. But I will teach you what lesson yang ada di dunia ini gitu.
Iya. So one thing that your kids taught you about love adalah love tuh sangat genuine ya. That's how it's supposed to feel gitu. Selain tentang love nih, kok apa top 3 lessons yang you learn from your kids?
That I learn from my kids
Yes.
ya, not them learning from.
Yep. Because I feel like once we have like children, even bahkan maksudnya kita nggak usah ngomong children. Misalnya for me I have a dog, but he teaches me about like what love truly is.
Okay, yeah. What the kids teach me, I mean, one of them ada cerita dulu tuh. I'm not good with kids gitu. I'm not the person that entertain kids. Misalnya ada anak-anak gitu loh.
Iya.
Aku bukan tipe orang yang bisa ngajak main anak, bisa ajak ngomong.
Yeah.
But I learn now, karena raising the 2 kids, now I'm able to change that. I'm able to talk with anak-anak lain gitu loh.
Conversational skill with
conversational skill dengan anak kecil. Karena anak kecil kan juga nggak pengen cuma ditanya, oh umur berapa, itu aja. Tapi you need to be able to pick their interest.
Yup.
When they talk about their interest, mereka tuh bisa cerita. Ya nggak jauh-jauh kalau anak cowok mungkin topiknya for me, let's say Lego or Minecraft. Atau mungkin anak sekarang lebih gede Roblox gitu. So kalau you talk about their interest, mereka tuh bisa cerita gitu. So that's one thing that I learned gitu kan.
Yap.
Apalagi ya? I think itu deh yang for me yang very obvious
Like a
gitu
skill gitu ya.
Yeah, a skill gitu loh.
A skill. For me, mungkin kayak aku share sedikit ya. For me, I don't have a kid, but I have a dog. And so what, having my dog is named Blue. So what he teaches me about is how, that's the first time I've ever felt a love yang kayak bener-bener nggak mikirin kita sendiri gitu.
Oke, iya.
Kayak I really just think about his well-being, kayak oh dia ininya merah, kenapa ya? Sebelumnya kita selalu mikirin kayak kita gitu kan,
Yes,
what will
yes.
benefit us, tapi I find that having
What's in it for me gitu kan.
iya, ini
biasanya
bener-bener
kan.
tidak ada mindset what's in it for me. It's more like, no, I am your honored guardian gitu.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's supposed to give you unconditional love. Bukan that this person or anakku atau like whoever it is, itu harus melakukan sesuatu to earn my love. Gitu sih.
Iya.
So that's-
Actually that's the same with kids juga.
Ya.
Tapi namanya punya kids itu ada stagesnya ya. Like when they're babies and when they're toddler, when they're a little boy, now they become a bigger boy.
Iya.
Itu perlakuannya beda. Dan mereka pun juga nggak mau dilakuin sama gitu loh. Kalau mereka nih, misalnya udah seumur 9, dicium-cium lagi, digemes-gemesin kayak misalnya baby gitu, mereka juga
Sebel ya malahan
sebel
ya.
juga mereka. Kita as a parents juga harus evolve ya.
Betul.
Nggak bisa ngelakuin perlakuan yang sama. Seperti kita ngadepin, tapi kan dulu kamu kecil. Iya dulu kecil, tapi sekarang udah gede. Gitu. Kita juga nggak mau kan selalu dianggap anak kecil kan.
Bener.
Oh, kamu anak muda, nggak usah tahu dulu kan nggak mau juga gitu loh. Jadi kita as a parent juga tidak boleh menganggap anak kita tuh kecil. Oh, I think that's the second lesson ya.
Betul, iya. Itu gila, itu kalau itu aku setuju banget karena sebenarnya anak kecil itu especially misalnya udah bisa merasakan dan that's how trauma is formed, right? Kayak misalnya ketika kita misalnya let's say I don't have a kid tapi I can relate as the child. Kalau misalnya orang tua tuh kayak kesannya selalu kayak enggak lah gue lebih tahu dari lu
Ya,
gitu.
mendiskreditkan gitu kan.
Dismissive. Pada akhirnya kita grow up itu kayak jadi lebih takut untuk mengutarakan opini.
Ya. Karena anak kecil tuh kenapa sih mereka suka main game gitu kan? Kalau dilihat-lihat, what game give them that us as a parent don't give them? Autonomy. Lihat ya, di game they freely explore, they freely roam the world. They have the sense of autonomy gitu. Sedangkan anak-anak ya di rumah, apa-apa jangan, apa-apa ada aturan, betul kan?
Betul.
Kita sebagai adult, kita nggak boundless, kita freely mau do apapun. Tapi sebagai anak kecil kan enggak.
Yep.
Dan those barriers itu yang menyebabkan apa ya anak jadi nggak berkembang ya, to me ya. Dan bisa ada resentment ya ke parents.
Betul.
Karena merasa my parent don't trust me enough.
Iya, iya. Just because I'm a kid, like I'm not to be trusted
Ya,
kesannya
jadi kita
gitu ya.
sebagai parents must be able to evolve your treatment to your kid. Have to grow up with
Evolve
the
with
stages.
them.
We have to be aware of the stages. The stages itu nggak bisa dipatung dengan umur. Some kids grown up faster.
Yep.
Especially kalau mereka udah punya older siblings.
Bener sih.
Even umur 6 juga udah nggak mau di-treat sebagai umur 6. They are exposed to content beyond their age gitu.
That's true.
Kita sebagai parents juga jarang yang ngawasin loh. Dia di iPad itu nonton apa gitu kan. Emang kita age restrict our content kan. Some parents yes do. They are really disciplined. Tapi mostly enggak tuh. Karena mereka kalau dikasih konten sesuai umur, age appropriate content, mereka feel boring.
Malahan bored ya.
Karena mereka belajar dari teman-temannya, peersnya di sekolah, nggak cool lo, nggak tahu ini gitu kan, nggak tahu lagu ini, nggak tahu prank ini gitu.
Iya.
Dan mereka akan get back ke kita. Jadi how come my iPad itu nggak ada konten ini gitu?
Inevitable ya.
Yes, inevitable. Jadi kita yang ada bukannya merestrict, tapi kita harus memberikan pengertian over and over.
Bener sih.
Sampai mereka trust us. If they trust us, they will listen to us.
Bener banget sih. And yang tadi Koko bilang kayak kasih pengertian itu adalah bagian dari treating them like an adult ya.
Yeah,
Maksudnya kayak kalau
like a human being
yes.
that have autonomy.
Yep. Oh my god, that's really beautiful. That's beautiful. Nah tadi kan kita udah ngomongin banyak banget tentang parenting ya Ko ya. I want to talk a little bit more about your marriage gitu. Kan Koko sama Ciuli, which is your wife, itu do business bareng gitu ya. Is there something about Ciuli, your wife, that you only got to know after doing business together?
Yes.
And what is it?
Yang pertama, when I marry Yuli, we didn't have a business. I also didn't know what she wanna do. I know she's good with something crafty, something artsy. She had a good taste, a good eye on apa ya, artistic and beautiful things. But I didn't know back then what she gonna be. But for sure, at that time I know our love is genuine. It's not like a conditional because you have this, I love you,
Yeah.
or because we wanna do something. At the time it's simply as that gitu.
Yeah.
Tapi pas doing business, after trial and error, at once she was in operational. But she's not. I'm the more organized type. She's more the artsy side, the exploration.
Yeah.
Jadi the position kebalik gitu loh dulu. I was the CEO. I need to think. I need to make vision gitu
Yeah.
loh. Meanwhile, I'm the type the organization, and she was the operation.
Jadi kebalik gitu ya.
Sekarang sudah dibalik gitu loh. I put the CEO position on her because she has the vision for the
Yeah.
business. Meanwhile, I'm happy with the make thing scalable, make thing with the system, with the hiring, with all the management in place.
Iya.
Jadi what I learned ya balik lagi, I didn't know dia tuh bisa seperti itu gitu loh. Karena to become a CEO, you need to have a big heart juga. It's more like emotional intelligence ya, rather than using your IQ. Karena tugasnya CEO sebenarnya apa sih? Must be a good salespeople, right? The spokesperson of the company.
Iya.
And also must be able to recruit good talents.
Iya.
And to recruit good talents itu, ya not with your IQ, it's with your EQ, gitu kan? Itu and lead the company.
Iya.
Lead the company artinya people follow your bukan perintah ya, tapi follow your vision. With a shared vision, we can go here.
Iya.
And I think she had the better skill for that compared to myself. Ya kita sebagai laki-laki juga ngapain sih malu? Ya, if our
bener
wife
banget.
better in certain area than yourself, ya you must admit.
Denger ya.
Kita sebagai laki nggak boleh apa ya? Ego, gue paling hebat, paling apa? Namanya buat family is together.
Betul.
Kamu hebat di A, aku hebat di B. Only work together, nggak tumpang tindih, then we can run the business itu smooth.
Yap.
Jadi those ribut di antara bisnis itu nggak kebawa ke urusan rumah tangga. Yang banyak terjadi kan kita ribut di bisnis sehingga di rumah tangga pun jadi nggak rukun.
Iya.
Terjadi disconnection between you and your wife or your partners gitu. Stemnya kan dari peributan di bisnis. Oh, I disagree with you on that gitu. Tapi kalau kita udah bagi certain area yang benar-benar udah beda ya, misalnya operation with the marketing gitu. Ya urusan-urusan yang ribut begini lebih less happen. Gitu.
Iya. Wow, I mean, I find that really interesting karena juga salah satu core value PT Lead Group itu kan put your ego aside, bener ya Pak ya? And I just find that really meaningful because I believe that how you do the small thing is how you do everything. Dan I think when you say that in a way ketika Koko bilang, oh well Julie better suited for the CEO position. It's like, as a guy, because our culture is so rooted in that, like you had to put your ego aside to be
Yes.
able to say that, and which makes a very healthy marriage and a partnership akhirnya gitu ya.
Karena kita sebagai apa ya, yes, man is the head of family in our culture ya, in mostly Asian culture. Tapi doesn't mean head of the family itu artinya mesti jadi CEO loh di bisnis. No, doesn't mean. You still lead your family.
Bener.
CEO is just a position better suited to the talents that he's born
Yeah.
with, gitu, which is the people and the connection. I'm more suited with the managerial position.
Yeah.
Because lebih suka dealing with numbers, with structures, with SOP gitu.
Wait, Ko Ardian is very good at those things. So you may chat him up for mentorship if he's open to it.
Boleh.
And so, Ko, kan you've been doing this business together with Julie for a long time, ya?
It's 10 years ya.
Yeah, it's 10 years. And if you had to close the business today, menurut Koko, marriage Koko bakal different nggak? Would it be stronger? Would it be weaker? Atau beda aja?
Nggak akan beda, karena we have a principle that business is not our life. It's just a journey, right? We can sell our business, yes. And building a brand as an entrepreneur, you don't love your brand too much gitu. Sometimes your brand needs to evolve beyond you. There are more capable people out there
Yeah.
to continue your business. And at the right time, I mean, memang me and Yuli pengen ya sell the business, but not at the current moment.
Yep.
Have to be with the right partners. Tapi me and Yuli punya pemikiran bahwa our life itu bukan di-define with our business loh.
Yeah.
It's more than that gitu loh. We can sell our business, move on to the next venture, move on to the next thing, the great thing happen in our life. Jadi me and Yuli, I don't think if we have to sell the business now, it will change anything.
Yeah.
Karena those business doesn't define me. It is what I like,
Yeah.
but I can always invent what I like in other area.
Of
gitu
course.
Kan.
Yep.
Ya kan, misalnya kita seorang guru gitu kan, kita ngajar anak A untuk lulus kuliah. Udah lulus kuliah kan kamu nggak mungkin ngajar lagi itu anak. You have to move on and move to the next anak yang diajar gitu kan. So the same thing. Seorang suster, berapa banyak sih seorang suster yang bisa, sayang gitu sama anaknya, sama anak yang diasuhnya. Tapi kan dia it's as a job, dia mesti move on ke pengasuh yang lainnya gitu. I think ya lama-lama kita, I mean me and Yuli already evolved that.
Yeah.
Tapi it's a suggestion for me to, let's say, new entrepreneur gitu ya. Brand is just a brand gitu. It doesn't define your life, and at a certain point you mesti move on lah dari situ gitu.
Iya. Dan aku ngerasa balik lagi ke yang tadi Koko bilang awal-awal bahwa actually when all is gone, ya when all is done gitu, pada akhirnya it's about human connection ya.
Yes.
I mean, like at the end of the day, you have your partner as your best friend, somebody to connect with, which is essential to human happiness. Ya. So, menurut Koko apa yang lebih susah, membesarkan bisnis atau membesarkan anak?
Besarin anak ya, lebih susah. Kita tahu banyak successful people out there, tapi nggak deket sama anaknya.
Yep.
The anak turns out to be rebellious. Anaknya turns out nggak mau ngomong sama orang tuanya. Karena orang tua fokus banget di bisnis sampai lupa sama anak gitu kan.
Iya.
Jadi for me personally lebih susah ngebesarin anak, karena ngebesarin human being according to our ideals. Kita kan tentunya sebagai parents mau ngebesarin anak, idealnya kamu tuh bisa kayak my parents nih dulu, hope-nya tuh me. Ardian, kalau bisa kamu tuh jadi lulus kuliah dong di Harvard gitu. Tapi kan I cannot gitu loh.
Iya.
Jadi ya sebagai parents mesti punya expectation juga.
Iya.
Nah itu susah to me ya. Kalau ngebesarin bisnis, as long as you have integrity, if you don't have money, people will invest in you. If you don't have the knowledge, banyak kok orang technical bisa di hire for that. Jadi modalnya, it's actually integrity gitu. It's hard to earn, but easy to lose. Ya dong, trust sama people, it's hard to earn people's trust.
Yes,
Build
yes.
it pelan-pelan.
Pasti.
Tapi easy banget to lose.
Iya.
And it's not up to God, it's up to you.
Iya.
For you lose integration, you decided that ini boleh dong curang sedikit. Itu udah kalah karena akan kebiasaan.
Iya.
Ketika kita tahu nikmatnya curang gitu ya,
Yap.
ya kita bakal terbiasa gitu.
As opposed to misalnya membesarkan anak itu.
Ya lebih susah lagi besarin anak.
Iya.
Because you have a deeper connection emotionally, mentally with your anak daripada with your business. Jadi even business fail, ya udahlah.
Iya
Start
bener.
over. Gitu kan? Anak fail mau bikin lagi. Gak gitu ya.
Gimana start overnya ya
Gak bisa
kok?
start over. Kamu udah dititipin seorang anak, ya mesti urus sampai dia bisa mandiri ya. And hopefully kalau ajarannya benar, dia bisa berbakti sama orang tua.
Iya.
And it will be an accomplishment pasti. Semua orang pasti pengen itu.
Kan dari tadi aku sangat suka banget sih sama konsep papa guru. Karena yang tadi Koko bilang kayak banyak hal-hal yang Koko ingin sampaikan ke Jacob dan Jefferson gitu. So kalau suatu hari nih Jacob dan Jefferson bisa ngedenger podcast kita hari ini, what is one thing that you truly hope Jacob and Jefferson truly understand about you?
I'm a man that is sincere. I want to know that every things that I share here beneran, bukan dibuat-buat. It's from my own experience, and I learn every day. I'm a student for life ya, always learning, and I want them to know that spirit also. And kenapa sih akunnya dinamain Papa Guru? Misalnya mereka gede, mereka mau lanjutin this account juga bisa.
That's so beautiful.
If it use my real name, mereka nggak bisa lanjutin, ya kan?
Udah sampai long term thinking gitu ya?
Ya itu warisan buat mereka, gitu kan. And I make it so generic juga, seorang papa yang acting sebagai guru, gitu kan. Ya kebetulan I'm a male, jadi it's not a mama guru gitu. Tapi it's the lessons from dad gitu kan, untuk ngajarin anak.
Jacob and Jefferson, you're very lucky to have your dad. And hari ini aku belajar banyak banget, like I'm so inspired by what you shared today, and as a father, and like they're very lucky to have you. And thank you so much for being here,
Thank you,
Fardian.
Jess. Thank
Thank you.